presided over a session where the Interior Minister gave a briefing to the MPs, answered their questions, and made certain provisions. Let's hear him.
When you look at those categories of persons who are provided, first, bodyguards, second, residential protection by the police for day and night, they fall into that group that we deal with under Article 71. And so the security is certainly part of those facilities that should be available to members of parliament. Thanks to the retooling of the security agencies supported by parliament, instituted and led by the president, we have more security agencies and security personnel available. So what we have proposed is that between now and the end of the year, we are going to provide additional 200 police personnel to be part of the Parliamentary Protection Unit, making it therefore attain the status of a divisional police command that would take care of members of parliament as bodyguards, but we ideally, to get to where we should get to, subsequently we should have 800 police added, so that each member of parliament will also have security at home in the day and night. The judges do have that. Ministers do have that. Indeed, leadership of parliament, the speaker, deputy speakers, and leadership has that.
Yeah, that was Mr. Ambrose Derry, the Interior Minister. That he didn't only speak about security for MPs. He also had this to say about the general security situation in Ghana.
As you know, the street was generally being protected, but we have an improved system. For instance, we have got the enhanced Operation Calm Life, and what happened was, on September 20th, we worked the impact so far. And what I can tell you is that when you compare the crime figures for this year to last year, you'll find out that there was a heap drop because of the increased deployment. And for instance, a place like Accra up to August had a reduction of armed robberies by 53%. And generally across the country, 10% minimum. But of course, that is improved security, but it's not perfect security. We're working to make sure we do even more.
Yeah. So this obviously has sparked some debate, and we've been speaking to a number of people. Colonel Festus Abuaje, retired Colonel Festus Abuaje, who is a security analyst, has been warning that police operations will be negatively impacted following the Interior Minister's decision to deploy 200 now and later 800 police personnel as personal bodyguards for members of parliament.
What the MPs have done amounts to an MP grievance coup. The areas of operations of the police, let's say patrolling, let's say rapid reaction, are going to suffer because the IGP will necessarily have to withdraw police officers from some of the operational elements. It may entail a reduction in the numbers of patrols, a reduction in the 24-hour cycle of patrolling, but somehow police visibility operations will suffer.
Colonel retired Festus Abuaje speaking there. But he's not the only one who's had his voice heard on this one. Chairman of Parliament's Defence and Interior Committee, Seth Achampong, has defended the decision. Now, he says MPs are also Article 71 office holders who deserve protection.
Security that is being provided for personnel of our Constitution under Article 71 is not strictly the political elite. I don't think the Chief Justice is a political animal. He cannot be equated to that. It is not strictly for workings here in Parliament alone. Matters that borders on our public safety. Are members of Parliament citizens or they are not citizens? Are we part of the Republic or we are not part of the Republic?
Yeah, you are, but
unfortunately for me, it's not me in person. It's the office I occupy. Did we decide to elect an official to work for us?
Setha Champong there, and he's the chair of Parliament's Defence and Interior Committee. He was speaking to Evans Mensah on Newsnight just yesterday. So a few questions come to mind. First of all, is there a state of insecurity that is warranting this move? And if there is, why is it specially directed at MPs? What are the interventions to deal with the security issues for the rest of the populace? Has it been established that there was a direct correlation between the murder of the MP and his status as MP? And why has the issue of security not been prioritized until an MP was involved? Are the delivery of social goods, like security, also politically determined? But these are our questions. What are yours? What's on your mind? What do you think of this decision? That's the only thing that matters. The only opinion that matters is yours. So share it with us. Call us 0302 216 541. Okay? 0302 216 541. Now, Winston, I don't suppose that there is any doubt about the fact that it would be good if we could have protection for everyone. But we'll break it down a bit further later. Are people tweeting? That's what I want.
A lot of them are tweeting. So, as Eugene Pepra says, okay, that's good. One MP, one police officer. Great. What about the citizens who's protecting us?
It's actually one MP, 3 police officers.
He says the legislature only thinks about themselves. Look at the salaries, pensions, and benefits. Think about us too. We give you the power. We too need one family, one military officer. And I am Hornsby says, deploying 200 policemen to guard MPs further extends the deficit of a police officer to citizen ratio. As of 2014, the police to citizen ratio was about 30,635, giving a UN ratio of 1:784 instead of the 1:500. Now, the life of the MP is as important as the life of the MP maker. So the MP maker is a citizen. And at Fat Joe _Erich says, these MPs are becoming too powerful. See, these MPs are earning whatever they're earning right now not because they've sent their CVs and application letters for the job. They don't stay in traffic like we do with the police. They have become a threat to the people. And finally, at General Brown says, when Nigerians are busy fighting the end police brutality in Ghana, Ghanaian MPs are fighting to have police protection because one MP has been killed. But when citizens are killed, you will only be lucky to have a word of condolence from these leaders. Africa is cursed, he adds.
Oh dear. Well, do you agree? Do you disagree? We'd love to hear from you. Jerry is in Tema. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you doing?
Well, it's always great to hear from you. So we're doing well. What's up? What's on your mind?
Oh, well, nothing much. You see, my take on this thing is that it's no problem with what they are doing, but the speed at which they arrive at this solution marbles me. So they can do this and still look at the Northern Flats. Every year, people are dying because of that. You guys have started a fund. If they have done something about it, this thing wouldn't have happened. You get me? Look at June 3. The only thing we did, we started closing filling stations, and that was that. So when will we get to that nature? This will never happen again. The never again attitude. When will we get it? Unless it happens to a politician. Maybe the roads in your area will be fixed. If a politician, unfortunately dies on it, it will be fixed. Trust me. This is very sad. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for calling. Kwesi's in Spintex. Kwesi, good morning.
Hi, Kajai. Good morning. How are you guys doing?
I do for you. We do for you. Your thoughts?
So, my question is, these MPs and these other guys, they hide behind this Article 71 office holder stuff and take off all kinds of arbitrary decisions that go against the nation. Okay? If the general security situation in the country is okay, why would the MPs even need extra bodyguards and extra security guards? Okay? So they take this decision because they always hide behind the Constitution. They take some of these decisions. Okay, so they are always thinking about themselves. Who created the Article 71 officer that stuff? Okay, I think that even with this security situation, they need to go back to their constituencies and make a case and let the constituents determine whether indeed they need this extra security stuff. They can't just be there and make these decisions and we, the citizens, suffer. Okay, so something has to be done because it's just too much. It's getting out of hand. When it comes to them, we are the first to react and take some of these decisions. Talk about the citizens.
Thank you, Kwesi. Mr. Lincoln calls us from Akwete-Man. Mr. Lincoln, good morning.
Yes, morning, sir. Yes, I appreciate all that you are doing, Joy FM Multimedia.
We appreciate you, Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah, good morning to Professor Kwesi, the security expert, for the good job he's doing for Ghana. For me, I don't see anything wrong with it if security is given to our parliamentary MPs. But what I want this government to do is to make sure at least the citizens will also have some safety in their homes, workplace, restaurants, shopping mall, and I know there is no country in the world where security is provided to every citizen or household. It's not done anywhere in the world, but at least they have to do well because nowadays attacks, armed robbery, is on the ascendancy. So this government should do something about it. In fact, security situation under this government is very, very bad. They fail completely. They should do something about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Lincoln. Ernest is in Ashaman. Ernest, good morning.
Morning, Sir Kwejo.
How's Ashaman today?
Oh, by His grace, we are well.
I had some bull fruit there sometime. I have to come back. So, what's up? What's up, Ernest?
I think the MPs should be given the security. My brother, if you check even the military, their leadership have a military guard. The police leadership have a military guard. This Festus Abuaji man, I'm sure when he was in the military, he has a military guard. Our MPs are also our leaders. And I can tell you, I think we have our architecture gives way to you like Kwejo. If you feel threatened and you report to the police, I'm sure they will give you a police guard. Our MPs feel threatened. And as a human being, I think they should do something about it. I believe they should be given a security guard. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling us. All right, Teshi, next. I haven't eaten bull fruit there yet. But William, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you?
I'm very well. It's good to hear from you.
Same here. Well, my take on this issue, I mean, I don't understand why Ghanaians are surprised. I mean, deploying 200 policemen and additional 800 goes to prove the egotistic nature of our politicians. I mean, if indeed they need security protection, I think they make enough money to employ their own private security. But then look at it. Already our citizen to policeman ratio is woefully inadequate. And now they want to reduce it further. I mean, come on. This is Ghana. Well, it's what they want. So I think that's what they're going to do. But Kojo, I need your clarification or something. I don't know. I beg your indulgence.
Sure.
Musicians and our so-called celebrities entitled to dispatch riders and motorcades on our roads. Are they entitled to it?
That's an interesting question. I think we can have a look at the law and see what it says, but we do know that as a matter of convention, there is the opportunity to pay for the police to provide you with security, not just the police, but security services.
No, this is not even police. I mean, I was at Ashaman just yesterday, and I don't want to mention the musician's name. I mean, these are private motor riders, and I could count about.
Hello.
I mean, the lawlessness on the road was just too much. One of them even smashed my car, and
wow.
I mean, it almost turned into a scuffle. So I think maybe you should look into it. I don't know if they are entitled to private motorcycles Okay, thank you very much.
That's a good point. Thank you so much for raising that. And let's go across to Koforidia, where Emmanuel is standing by. Emmanuel, good morning. Oh dear, I think we may have lost Emmanuel there. Hello, Emmanuel. Good morning. No? Oh dear. Yeah, I so wanted to talk to someone from Koforidia. I was there last week. Very, very neat city, Winston. So clean. All right, let's see who we have on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. May I ask who we're speaking to?
My name is Felix from Kwashima.
Felix from Kwashiman. How's Kwashiman today?
It is calm and, blessed.
We thank God. So, talk to us, Felix.
Kojo, the last part one caller spoke about the fact that our MPs are threatened. Really? An MP who saw, according to the eyewitness account, saw a situation where cars were so packed and bypassed them, got there and was, he went and he was throwing his weight about, was shot. And this is what our MPs decide to do for MPs. The Parliament decide to do for MPs. Kojo, in the last 5 years, how many MPs have we lost? Hello?
I'm listening. Well, I can think of two at least who have been lost to violent crime.
In the last 5 years, we have lost only 2. And in this case, it was a robbery attack. So are they really threatened for them to take this decision? God help Ghana. Nice day.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Kweku is in order call. Kweku.
Yeah, hi, Kweku. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I wonder where you stand on this. Oh, I'm okay, Kweku. I'm fine. Where do you stand on this thing, eh?
I think I'm in support of the security given to the MPs. My reason is very simple. I mean, they are leaders, okay? No matter how well they serve us, they may have people who will like them, they may have people who may not like them and all those sort of things. And just like, any other setup, like we have the paramount chiefs and all those sort of things, some of them, I mean, they have some sort of security people, guiding them and all those sort of stuff. So if they don't get some of this stuff like that, and somebody who has targeted certain MP just because of certain requests or certain thing he wanted the MP to do for him or her, and because of that they are planning something bad against that person, even within that same constituency, it's possible. But if there's some sort of security around them, at least we'll be able to protect them. But just as we are taking care of them, they should also do well to take care of us, because we are driving on a bad road. We are having so many things, shortage of water, so many social amenities issues that are affecting us. So just as we are trying to support them to get this sort of security to do their work, to go about their work, they should also do well to stand in for us very well, not to seek for their own personal interest at all times. Thank you.
Thank you too. We'll be reading more of your tweets in a short while. Please use the hashtag JoySMS so we'll see what you're saying on social media and share it with the world, okay? I always say put the hashtag at the beginning, so you don't forget. And then tell us what you're thinking. We will read it out. George is in Kumasi. George, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kojo.
This morning, if you have had your fufu for breakfast, then I really envy you. And I have to answer.
Kojo, is that?
I was checking if you have had your usual Kumerican fufu for breakfast. Kumerican cereal.
No. Unfortunately, I just finished with a play and then
That's the Volterican breakfast. Okay,
yeah,
so talk to me.
I'm George Comfort. I'm calling from Kumasi. Amulaga 007 to be precise.
That's right, Amulaga 007.
Yes, sir, James Bond City.
Hey, George, talk to me.
Kojo, I think that this our parliamentarian, they don't need any police protection. Why am I saying so? Kojo, what is happening to our highways robbers? Many businessmen have been losing their money. Some has been killed. What is happening to those our highways? What is happening? The police are not protecting our highways. And these parliamentarians, the amount that they take a month compared to me and you, and are going to add a security for them, I think that is not the best. Now their Land Cruisers is more than ambulance. When they are coming, the sirens, you could see these pajaros roaming all over the place. Forgetting we who vote for them. So the police should rather protect us, especially our highways, Kojo, and even our bus terminals. I think that our bus terminals, they need a security on our bus terminals. And even if anything to go by, there should be no phone call if you are in the bus going to Accra or everywhere. There should be no any phone calls.
Hey.
Because, yes, Kojo.
How about text message?
Text message? Well, text messages can be done, but in case of robbery, Kojo, text message is nowhere to be found. Okay. So I think that our highways and our businessmen need to be protected. They are our breadwinners. When they come, we also benefit from them. Kojo.
I get you. Thank you so much for sharing, George from Anglaga 007 in Kumasi. All right, James is in Somenya, closer to home. I think James will be our last caller for now. James, good morning.
How are you?
I'm not bad. I'm not bad, James. So, what are you thinking?
I think security under this government is very poor. It's very, very, very poor. Because you see, in so many years, we have only one patrol car. And things are worrying us. You see, they said, successive government said we are not up to the standard of the UN. And now they said we have plenty of police. So where are the police before the armed robbers are shooting the people? That people are just dying. You see? So I think this thing, they have to look at it again. You see? Because we need police to protect the citizens. But I think that are happening in Ghana here. Even people they have no hope. And people are very, very afraid. You see? Look at what is happening in Volta region. So please, we beg them to beef up to security, because now we are heading towards election, and you see, if they are not doing so, we are afraid. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. You know, people are tweeting. Somebody sent me a message privately. He said, and I want to quote the message directly. The message is, so if there are no parliamentarians, do you think Ghana will suffer? Well, I think Ghana will suffer. I think so, but I don't know what you think. And the thing is, though, I think it's simply highlighting the fact that the question is being raised as to whether this is solving the security problem for Ghana or for parliamentarians, and which of the two problems should we prioritize? I mean, they both exist. Let's not take that away. There is a security problem for parliamentarians, is there not? And there is a security problem for Ghanaians. The question is, which one should come first? What's happening on Twitter?
Well, a lot, many people are tweeting using the hashtag JoySMS. And of course, you can do same also, just use the hashtag JoySMS. So, at Oswatara says, the insecurity in the country is increasing. Ghana has recorded numerous murder and missing cases within these 3 years involving prominent and ordinary citizens. Yes, they need protection, but the citizens also need to be protected. And at Vandi_007 says, you see, the protest happening next door must have started like this somehow. We'll get there soon. And then at Fremi_Bella says, I also need security. There are no street lights in my neighborhood, no police patrol, nothing. Those who can afford to hire private security and are being giving 200 plus police officers for their personal safety. And, as the hashtag JoySMS, you should do same. And then Young at Young 875464663 says, I think if the whole country is protected, there will be no need for one MP, one policeman. But the failure to hold whoever is responsible for our protection accountable is the result of what we are seeing. And then at Kwabena Safo says, from the number of killings of MPs in this country, it only makes sense if they're giving extra security, because if this trend goes on, it wouldn't be well for the country's security. And then at Ambagahi says, well, these MPs can afford to hire private security, or better still use their influence to help improve the security situation in the country, but they'd rather use taxpayers' money to get police protection. The rest of us will have to fend for ourselves. And then at chap_man21 says, for your vote has never been your power, else we should have a say in an issue like this. Civilians are killed on such roads too, but who cares? 1 or 2 MPs in danger, and we're getting them protection already. Then Kumerica President says, I have no problem with the government giving MPs security. They should actually be protected because no matter what, they work for the country. All we need is enough security for the citizens as well. That's all. And then at Legacy Ahinkan says, I find it difficult to understand when people are screaming, what about the citizens? Does every individual need a personal guard? Aside that, these MPs are working for us and their lives always threatened. What is wrong when they get personal guards? Okay, so you can also join us on Twitter using the hashtag JoySMS, and we'll share it like we've just shared these ones.
Right, okay. So I want to say a big thank you to all of those who called us, in addition to those who have been tweeting. And please keep tweeting. We'll be sharing them all. Use the hashtag JoySMS. Tweet at us, and we will tell the world what you're saying. But thanks to James from Somenya, George from Kumasi, Kwikuino Doko, Emmanuel in Kufuridia, William from Teshi, Ernest in Ashaman, Mr. Lincoln in Akwitiman, Kwesi from Spintex, Jerry from Tema. All of you, thank you so much for calling us today. Look, in the end, I think it's just a matter of priorities because we have limited resources. That's the truth. We have limited resources. We have limited number of police officers. So the priority is what matters. How do we deploy our limited police officers in a way that ensures security for the majority of our nation, for all of us, including MPs? How do we do that? For me, that is the question. But, of course, once we've selected people to represent us in Parliament, these people are important. We ought to look after them. But are they more important than the people? I mean, think about it. We still haven't figured out who killed Ahmed Swale or Fenek Ochiri. Or, and I'm so sad I can't remember her name, the lady who used to be the Tema, who used to work at Tema Ports, who got killed in her home. Not so long ago, a 10-year-old girl had her throat slit in her own house. We haven't solved those crimes. But we are certainly up in a tizzy over the recent killing of an MP. And that is important, by the way. Let's not diminish this. A family is mourning the loss of their family member, this MP from Fansiman. He's an important Ghanaian too. But the question is, should we place more priority on some Ghanaians over others? Do you know the president actually announced that if this crime is not solved, there will be consequences. How about the 10-year-old? Will there be consequences if her crime is not solved? Anyway, we've got a lot to do. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a big conversation coming up. Here's a clue to what it's about.